Tapos, habang nagtuturo ako noon, syempre dapat basa-basahin ko yun. Binabasa-basa ko na siya. Binabasa-basa ko na siya. Ano ba? Yun. Kunin muna lahat o 2015. Tama ba?
Okay, Wellcasters, gather round for some real talk. Today, we're going to talk about puberty. That's right, boys and girls, puberty. It's a lot like having your brain taken over by a zombie virus. Your face breaks out, you start to smell weird, you're constantly exhausted, and you grow hair in places. It may feel like you've turned into a zombie, but there's a silver lining. The exact same thing is happening to everyone around you. Today we're doing a slightly different wellcast that also happens to be a selfie. We're going to explain what's actually happening in your body and, more importantly, mind. Because right now, you're probably feeling like something else is working the gears. Today, we're taking you inside puberty. Hey, listen, what your mind and body are going through right now is definitely not nothing. In fact, it's a big freaking deal. Your brain is pumping out chemicals that affect everything from your body shape to the way you feel. But why? Basically, your brain is trying to help the rest of you grow up. In fact, according to researchers at Michigan State University, during puberty, your brain's job is to create new cells that help you properly transition into being an adult. These cells are created in the amygdala, the part of the brain that helps you handle social situations. So, yeah, these are the kind of cells you're going to need as you're going through middle school, high school, and dealing with all the other stuff in between. The other thing your brain is doing? It's flooding your body with hormones. These are the chemicals that make you sprout hair in weird places and grow 1.5 feet in a year. It was really fun. If you're a guy, hormones make your voice crack in inopportune moments. But I'm a girl. I didn't have to deal with that. Instead, I found myself crying in terrible moments even when everything was just fine. But what does it mean? Well, I'll tell you. It means you're going to gain about 17 to 18% of your adult height. You'll gain some weight too. Don't worry, this is normal. Your limbs will elongate at alarming rates, and your feet and hands will grow. It's awful. Who wants to sign up? But you know what? Here on Wellcast, we're not going to focus on the physical aspects of puberty. Believe us, you will be well aware of it when it happens. It's impossible to miss. Oh my God. The more confusing part of dealing with puberty, though, is the emotional consequences. You might be irritable at times, have heightened anxiety, and your self-esteem might take a hit. So, how do you deal with puberty? Well, we've got a few pieces of advice to deal with this period in your life. Get it? Period? Tip 1. Don't be embarrassed to talk to someone who's gone through this. Puberty is a super confusing time, so it's helpful to vent to someone who knows exactly what you're going through. Remember, every adult has been there, some more recently than others. Tip 2. A healthy lifestyle can go a long way towards being happier. Maintain a balanced diet and make sure you're getting all the nutrients a growing body needs. Seriously. Oh, and don't overload your already overloaded system with caffeine and stimulants. Puberty's bad, but turbo puberty, well, you use your own imagination. Tip 3. You need more sleep than you think you do. Wellcasters, have you been noticing that you've been dragging a bit lately? Okay, well, that might be for 2 specific reasons. Number 1, during puberty, your circadian rhythm, which dictates when you fall asleep and how long you sleep, is going to change. You're going to be more inclined to stay up later, and you might have trouble falling asleep at night. And 2, you're going through puberty, so you need more sleep. Remember, you still have to get up each morning for school, so your hours of rest are going to decrease. Sleep is super important, and a good night's sleep will boost your mood and keep you from getting sick, according to some studies. It'll even help keep your weight down. Tip 4. Just keep this in mind. Puberty is the green room for the rest of your awesome life. Hey, it might suck and stink right now, but that's because change is always difficult. During this whole puberty thing, try to remember that you're not alone in this. And even though it's hard to remember at times, there is a point to all of this. You're going on a taxing journey of growing up into the person that you're going to be for the rest of your life. It will get better. Hey, Wellcasters! Fair warning, the following message is intended for pubescent boys. If you saw our first video on puberty, you learned that somewhere between the ages of 9 and 15, weird things start happening to your body and mind. Or you may have noticed this is actually just happening to you. Today, we're going to talk exclusively to the boys on what's happening in your body and how to deal with it. As a side note, ladies, we're working on one of these for you too. I'm sure you're super excited. Tip 1. Here's a little secret about zits. You can't scare them into disappearing. Hormones, genetics, dead skin cells, and bacteria are having a party in your pores, and your whole face is invited. Think of squeezing zits like a nosy neighbor threatening to call the cops on a party. It might quiet the storm for a little bit, but as soon as the neighbor leaves, you can be sure the party will flare up again, maybe even louder. Hello, red irritated spots. You're best off washing your face regularly, especially after excessive sweating. But hey, don't wash your face too much, because that could irritate your skin too. Use only water-based hair products that won't drip down your face and clog your pores. Eat consciously so your skin gets the alphabet of vitamins it needs to glow. Pause and print this whole list of amazing foods that'll help you fight acne from the inside. If your skin is especially angry, don't hesitate to consult a dermatologist. It's okay. We all need a little help sometimes. And, dermatologists are like psychiatrists for skin. Tip 2. Hey! Can you hear me all the way up there? You're a little taller than the last time we spoke. One of the trickiest parts about puberty is that everyone develops at different rates. The once tallest guy in class suddenly finds himself looking up to girls. And the former class shrimp finds himself hitting his head on doorways. Hello. Here's the thing. The growth spurt part of puberty is kind of a free fall. You can't control your height or how fast you gain it, trust me. But what you can control is your posture. That's right, your posture. A solid stance goes a long way to looking cool and composed, even if you're kind of short. It sounds old-fashioned, but seriously, stand up straight, maintain eye contact, and speak clearly. You'll seem way more in control of your body than you actually feel. Tip 3. Sperm. Testosterone. Oh my! These are the hormones of our lives. And they are exactly what your body starts to produce when puberty kicks off. But, as you probably have figured out, the changes aren't just happening inside. You can expect to gain some muscles all over as well as length and girth too. Hooray! You might also be struck with an erection when you least expect it, even in your sleep. And that's okay. These will lessen with time. And listen to me, this is happening to every single boy you know. Tip 4. Apply deodorant early and often. We here at Wellcast prefer antiperspirants, which not only mask body odor, but help calm sweat glands to prevent your body from sweating as much in the first place. Look, in puberty, your sweat glands are working in overdrive, especially if you play after-school sports or lift weights or whatever. So, please carry an extra deodorant in your bag or keep one in your locker if and when you need to reapply. Tip 5. Hair everywhere. Or not. Facial hair has a mind of its own. Whether the root of your problems is either uncontrollable hair or not enough, you must accept that hair will come and go as it pleases. It's true. Just ask a bald guy who might also have a hairy back. So, that's it. Well, for me, not for you. You're still in puberty. We hope you can breathe a little bit more easily knowing that you're not alone. And if you really want this inside scoop into what happens to girls during their teen years, well, stay tuned. We've got one on the way, just for the ladies. Don't worry, we won't tell them that you peaked. Hey, Wellcasters! Today we're going to cover puberty from the female perspective. And if you don't know what that means, it might be because you A, haven't gone through puberty yet, or B, you're a boy. So boys, listen up. This is what we're about to cover. Our periods, pubic hair, your boobs, and cellulite. Hang out if you want. Section 1. Your period and how to prepare for it. So, Somewhere between the ages of 7 and 13, your ovaries start pumping out the hormone estrogen. Essentially, this is to help prepare your body for an eventual pregnancy. Your ovaries are filled with thousands of eggs. Every month until menopause, your body passes an egg from your ovaries through the fallopian tube into the uterus, which, at this point, is lined with blood and extra tissue, which would help nourish and protect a hypothetical baby. But when you're not pregnant, your body spends the next 5 to 7 days getting rid of that stuff, which it doesn't need, and this results in your period. It sounds all really straightforward, but it kind of doesn't feel that way, so be prepared. First of all, your hormones surge and it can do funny things to your mood. For your very first period, the ladies here at Wellcast suggest that you keep a stash of pads and an extra pair of panties around to avoid any embarrassing accidents, which happened to me a lot. It was really sad. Section 2. While we're on the subject of your nether regions, let's talk about your hair. Wellcasters, if you look real close, you have hair all over your body. The fine, short, vellus hair on your chest, back, and cheeks help regulate temperature and protect from little tiny things. Its cousin, terminal hair, which you find on your head, in your armpits, on other parts of your face, and in the nether regions, is coarser and means to protect. You'll probably be tempted to shave, pluck, or wax unwanted hair. And we've all been there, and some of us have gone a little bit too far. And the good news, and the bad news, is guess what? It comes back. Welcome to womanhood. If you so choose, find the hair removal method that's right for you, but make sure that you do your research first on its risks and proper use. Section 3. Ouch! My boobs! Tenderness around the nipples and breast area is totally normal as your breasts, fill out. And here's the bad news. They probably won't grow at the same rate as each other. Again, totally normal. You might notice some stretch marks as well if you experience rapid growth, good for you, in your breasts, hips, and thighs. Totally normal. Please don't worry. The stretch marks will fade with time, and I promise your boobs will stop hurting. Until you are PMSing, and then they will hurt again. They're gonna hurt once a month. Section 4. Accept the cellulite. The cottage cheesy look cellulite causes is simply fat living just beneath the skin's surface. As your body grows, you're probably gonna notice it a bit, especially around your thighs. But guess what? Most women and girls have cellulite, and it's almost entirely genetic. There's a certain amount of fat your body needs to continue and fully grow and develop into a woman. Think about it this way, ladies. For the rest of your life, your body's gonna hang on to fat differently. And the reason is, deep down inside it's thinking, wait, we might have a baby! Well, ladies of Wellcast, that was fun. Just kidding. I know it wasn't. We here at Wellcast hope you learned a thing or two about your body and your friend's body. And if you feel like the whole world is collapsing in around you, or you feel like an ogre, or you feel like your face has been taken over by this weird disease and you're never going to be attractive ever again, look around you. Every girl that you know is going through the same thing. Meeting adjourned!